Testing, 1, 2, 3. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I'm using new streaming software, so I'm working on the audio levels. Do we have sound? No sound now, says Vodka. Really? Okay. I'm going to just stop listening to chat. We should have sound. Finally, yeah, I've been doing some experimenting, I should say, and trying some new software out. It should be a little bit less intensive than the previous software I was using, so this is kind of a testing run just to see how it goes. The benefit, though, is this also allows the use of dual upload. So what I'm doing is actually I'm dual broadcasting. If you want to check the flight deck cameras and the flight tracker, since I don't run a flight status bar, people always ask where we're going, how far to top of descent, yada yada. I've decided to take that opportunity and run that in a mobile format or like a vertical format. So if you check in on your phone, maybe you're here for the takeoff or whatever, and then you want to check in on your phone, you'll have a format on the flight deck cam with the progress bar and all the other stuff, the flight tracker. I want to eventually get the map up there and running. So that's kind of the plan. We're just kind of in the testing phase of it right now, but I'm still trying to get used to the new, I guess, format of the software for the mainstreaming. Hopefully the biggest issue will be sounds, making sure our audio levels are all good. But right now, I think everything is looking fine and sounding good. So what is up? Welcome back to Team Vodka in the house. Good to see you, man. Bo Browning and Milans here. Callie Simmer. How's it going, Callie Simmer? Good to see you. I was going to fly West Coast today. I was going to fly U.S. Airways Ops with the EIS-1 mod. However, I can't figure out how to install it, so I need a little bit more time on installing that EIS-1 mod V2. So maybe later today we'll do a second stream if I have time. Still got some family in town and stuff, but if we have time later, we might do a second stream West Coast, Best Coast. But until then, Callie Sim, good to see you. Flight Sim Gaming is also in the house. Man, good to see you. Tiger Dude, Bills Mafia. What's up? JJ Stevens, mic up a little bit. Well, mic is all the way up. Maybe it was just the audio, the theme I should have to turn down. But the mic, as far as mic audio, it's all the way boosted to the max. So might just have to turn up your stuff. But anyway, gray skies here in SoCal. You're sick of it? No, I love gray skies. I'm tired of the sun, and actually, I'm actually a little bit tired of the rain. We've been getting so much rain. It's just been absolute madness in Texas. I mean, everything's flooded. The ground is damp. It's just, we got bites, we got flies, we got all kinds of stuff. I'm pretty sure the ground has been saturated and muddy for the last 3 months. So it hasn't had any time to dry out at all. But anyway, we're doing a wonderful little flight this afternoon. Now, I wound the sim time back to be, I think it's like 6 o'clock in the morning because America runs on Dunkin'. You get Dunkin' coffee in the morning. So, obviously we couldn't go live at 6 a.m., but we wound the sim time back, 6 a.m., real weather, sitting at the Fort Myers from Vertical Sim. Once again, I absolutely love this airport. And just take a look at this terminal here when we have it in with the night lighting. Absolutely fantastic. This is fastly becoming one of my favorite payware airports. Now I'm actually a little bit partial to Fort Myers. I've flown some corporate stuff into there, and I've also I've picked up family down there. I got to fly the wife down, pick up her dad, fly them all back. So I've done a lot of in and outs of Fort Myers. I do like the airport. So having a nice high quality scenery, and just look at the inside of the terminal here with the night lighting on. It looks even. Well, let me come down here. It looks even better. It's just absolutely fantastic. A little Lego station right here. Love this scenery, and it's really, really well optimized. So that is, a vertical sim staple. It's unfortunate that vertical sim, I guess they are canceling the the Fort Lauderdale, unfortunately. But it just looks like a concrete prison to you. Zippy. Well, hey, it's not like it's the best airport in the system. But it's partial to me because of how I've flown in and out of their real world. So, yeah, it's definitely much older than Vodka. You can smell it, too. It smells like any other airport. And just looking, like when you come in here and you see these bright white fluorescent bulbs, if you've been to Fort Lauderdale, or excuse me, if you've been to Fort Myers, you can smell this scenery right now. You can smell it. There's like a musty smell from the humidity where the air conditioning can't keep up. The clientele, it's got an odor, not necessarily bad, but it's got a very distinct odor. A lot of the South Florida airports do, and Vertical Sim has absolutely captured that. You even got this is cool here. So this is actually what the monitors say. My drone cam's a little bit too fast, but this is like if you look at the backside of the gate agent monitors and stuff. This is what they got here. The Southwest Florida International Airport background. I mean, that's pretty cool. So a sweaty smell, kind of, but it's yeah. We'll throw that in there. AJ Fudar, thank you for the $3 super chat, my man. Now here's the thing. I also I haven't got all of the alerts transferred over to the new software. So I'm going to be probably missing some of the bank angle checks. I'm not even entirely sure I'll be able to see the bank angle checks. So I just thought of that till right now because AJ dropped the super chat. So we'll have to figure that out. I can definitely see the super chats, but I think that's it. I won't have any audios. Like I said, I'm still trying to I'm building everything from the ground up as far as software is concerned, as far as the streaming layout is, because I've been using the same thing for 6 years, and it's just got a bunch of spaghetti stuff in there, stuff that doesn't need to be there, stuff from my old PC that doesn't even exist on this PC, and I still have scenes and collections for it. So I'm starting fresh, and I'm kind of rebuilding my whole streaming studio from scratch. So it's going to take a minute to get fully caught up, but do apologize for that. So it looks like Fort Myers Approach just got online. Awesome. Hopefully your landing goes better than mine this weekend. Jumped in the 320 after a long time, properly shoved my landing gear up into the fuselage at Gatwick. Well, you know what? I am proud to report, or happy to report, I should say, that my first landing in 3 weeks back wasn't a smasher. It wasn't the greasiest of greasers, but it was pretty good considering the gusty winds coming back into DFW. So that's always a good one because I had my mom on that airplane too. Flew her back from San Jose. So yeah, it was good. It was good. I got to work on it. I go back on Thursday. We do a little Cancun flight. So would you say you've updated your setup? Caro, I would say that it's definitely an update from what I have been using. It's still going to take a little while to get used to where things are, and I'm still trying to find the best layout where I can see everything with my eyes. So Big Coffee, Big Donuts has V1 in their pockets. That's right, AJ. That's right, my man. Now, I will say I did get Dunkin' on, Sunday? I did get Dunkin' at Sunday in San Jose. We need a good do we have a high-quality San Jose airport? Because I did get Dunkin' at San Jose. So, Alex, what's up, man? Thank you. How are you? Did you manage to have a look at the new profile from Vodka for the Moza? Not the newest one, Alex. Not the newest one. I'm using the one that we have set up previously. So, one other thing to note, I know if you're tuned in to the vertical stream, or I guess I should say the flight deck cam, really, the chat boxes are not synced up. I can read both of them, but if you hear me responding to someone else's question, it's probably because I'm reading the other chat box. But I am trying to train my eyes to look over there, see where Steven's talking and Alex, and get to your message there about the new software load, or I guess the new profile load from Team Vodka. I haven't tried it just yet. There's a reason for that, and I can't disclose it, I don't think. But I will. I'm going to be revamping a lot of how this side stick feels. And this is also a big reason why I wanted to have the flight deck cam, because a lot of you are always like, hey, what is the input? Let me see the input on landing, takeoff. We'll be able to clip and basically stash all of our landings and stick inputs with this new format, and I can put them in shorts videos, and we can just kind of assess how I am handling the landings and the stick inputs. And that's all going to change with the BFU, right? The Big Phoenix update. So we're not flying that today, but when it does come out, I think it'll be interesting to kind of see the difference and be able to have a track log of it here with the flight deck cam. Like button smash, coffee acquired, but planted in chair before stream checklist. Oh, butt planted in chair before stream checklist complete. Thank you, Steven. Appreciate you. Ali Sammy, thank you so much for the $7 super chat as well, man. I got my multi-engine rating about a month ago, and I passed my multi-IFR rating yesterday. Thank you for always being a huge inspiration. Ali Sammy, that is fantastic, man. That's absolutely fantastic. Thanks for letting us know, and continue to let us know on your progress. I'm sure you'll be flying that 350 just in a few years from now, man. That's absolutely fantastic. Congrats, and thank you again for your $6 super chat, my friend. Appreciate you. All right, Zippy says there was an alert. Yeah, I didn't see it. The only alert that I can see right now, Zippy, are super chats and anything done strictly through YouTube. So I will see if I can set that up once we get into cruise. I might be able to just put a little a tester in there. And there's no better testing than live testing, right? That's what Adobo does it. So, all right. we're going to be sitting here for a while if we don't get this airplane booted up. So let's go ahead and get everything fired up and we'll get on. Now, I do want you to check the audio of the sim. You guys know that sim audio has always kind of been an issue for me. Some of you guys complain too loud, it's too quiet. But I've basically streamlined how my audio mixer works. So I should be able to make very quick adjustments if it's too low or too quiet, or too low or too loud. That sounds like a BFU hint. Sounds like someone knows something. I don't know anything, Andy Boys. Oscar says, I think those YouTube shorts of your landing will get you past 50K. Oscar, well, that's, and not that I'm not running for, oh, I got to get 50K, but I do, if I can, with this new software, run multiple streams, I'm all about efficiency, right? So, and because I've kind of tailored off on my other shorts videos, I've got ideas for these shorts videos. So, plus, I did that poll, and I was surprised at how many people actually watch streams or flight sim content on a mobile device. So I thought it was mostly going to be everybody on PC, but a lot of y'all watch on mobile, and a lot of you do both. Some cast to the TV, but that's why we're not taking anything away from the mainstream. We're just kind of adding on to what we already have. So, all right. That's coming up. Let's go up here. Crew supplies on a CVR. Let's get the dome light on here. Look at the dome light actually works properly, which is nice. We'll do a CVR test. Do you remember in Sim Update 1, you'd have to like turn the lights on, then off again? All right, 1, 2, and 3 on the nav light. Hey, just got another update from my operator, or I guess I'll say update, another memo. Remember I used to teach, and I was taught, and we were supposed to turn each one on individually, wait for the on-bat, then off, then on, then off, right? And then it changed, and it said, okay, just as long as you turn them all on, make sure that comes on and extinguishes. Now, the current language in the book is you don't even have to look, or you don't even care about the on-battery light. Because according to Airbus and the software that I guess we have on all of our fleet, is if there is any abnormality or irregularity with the ADIRs, we will be notified via the ECAM. So you don't even have to look. You could set your view here so you don't even see the battery light anymore. That's not even a thing. So that's just a testament to how Airbus is always changing, right? All right, coming up there, that goes into auto RMU. Let's do a fire extinguisher test. Cyberdam, you're currently watching on mobile. Fantastic, man. Well, if you get a chance, pop over to the mobile optimized output stream and let me know what you think of the format out there, of how it looks. All right, let's go ahead and go VOR. That looks good down there. Let's come in here. Let's go to FMGC initialize. I'll do that in a minute, but let's go ahead and start boarding because we're going to try to do real time boarding. 21 minutes. We'll do 7 minutes. I don't want to do 21. We'll do 7 minutes real-time boarding. All right, let's get this box loaded up. Init request. You ever think about streaming the vertical on TikTok? Pretty big audience there. Milan, I'm not a huge TikTok fan, to be honest with you. I'm not opposed to it, just not yet. Not yet. Zippy, testing chat for mobile. I got you loud and clear, man. Or I see you bright and sunny, or whatever. Bright and clear? I don't know. I can see you over there. Now, the software that I used to use, there was an update about a year ago where it would allow a dual upload and it would sync the chat boxes, but it doesn't really, with the software I'm using now, it doesn't work the same way. So, that's the only downside. Test, I see you over there, Callie Simmer. I see you over there as well. All right, that's us. Fort Myers to Raleigh-Durham. We got an alternate of Charlotte. Now, here's another interesting thing. I didn't realize that Raleigh-Durham has, like, no scenery yet. I know there's someone working on it. Perhaps we do a diversion. You guys want to see an in-flight diversion? Maybe we go somewhere with a little bit better scenery? I'm not sure. I really want Raleigh scenery. Roscoe in the house. Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Thank you, Roscoe. He says, if you have an overhead, you can admire the on-bat light while Roscoe does the walk around for his check ride. Hey, Roscoe, at Flight Sim Expo, my man. Flight Sim Expo. You got it, my friend. All right, we do have Fort Myers approach and Addons online. Let's just see here. Information, whiskey, Fox closed, blah, blah, blah. Where is the departure? Runway 24. Visual approach. Really? Winds are 150 at 11, gust 16. Okay, cool. We got our clearance. Seashell 7. Beautiful. All right, let's load it up. So I guess we'll plan 2-4 departure. It's going to be a long taxi. Runway 24, Seashell 7. And as far as our flight plan is concerned, we're going out to... Oh, where is our flight plan? I got to open up my flight plan tab. Give me a second. Seashells by the seashore. Seashell 7 VIAP for the Dempster 2. Seashell 7 to VIAP is what we're looking for. Seashell 7 to VIAP in here. Throw you in there, insert. Beautiful. All right, then into Raleigh, Durham. Like I said, a lot's going to change. Let's just put the 5 left ILS in there on the Demonstrator 2 from Petto, was it? Yeah, Petto. We'll insert that. We may do a vote here live and do a en route diversion just because I don't want to go into Raleigh Durham default. I am JetBlue 357. That is correct. Scott, good afternoon, my friend. Mad Dog Sim with a $10 super chat. How you doing, my friend? I see a 5, but that's all in the text box. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Mad Dog Sim. Appreciate you. I'm staring at the tiller. I don't need it, Oscar. I know. I also have separate cams, so you'll see. We got some additional cams too, additional scenes for the vertical flight deck camera. All right, that looks good. As far as our flight plan is concerned, let's go ahead and do our secondary quick initialization. Let's go back to Fort Myers, in case we need to come back around. RSW. We'll come right back to runway 24, which is an RNAV. 24, we'll do the RNAV. Zulu 24, secondary perf. I'll just throw in a random minimum. Let's just call it 450. 33. It's warm down here in South Florida. Winds are, we're going to zero them out just for the return. Magic Barrel Ref says 3012. 3012 is set. Nothing to hard tune. Progress page. We're going to put Fort Myers here. Perf, we'll go back to the init B. And are we done fueling? We are done fueling. 16.0 is on board and checked. So we'll do this. We'll get the seatbelt sign on. We'll prime the APU. We'll throw in 16.0 in the block fuel. Confirm it is on board and balanced. It is. This is driving me nuts. Let's go ahead and get this here. Rudder cam when? That's one thing I probably will not, you'll probably never see as a rudder cam. All right, that looks good. And let's go ahead and fire it up. Take a listen outside. How are the sim sounds? They need to go up, down, left, right? Let's see, looking at our PDC here. Seashell 7, squawk 7474. I like that squawk code. Maintain 4,000 feet, so we'll put 4,000. Now, also, if you're unfamiliar, I do have my mini FCU on the flight deck cam, too. So if you always wonder, how am I setting my stuff? I've been using it this way. I just haven't had a camera for it. So. Seatbelt cam. All right, Zippy. Thanks. Appreciate you. Why no rudder cam? Christy, what's going on, man? Been a long time, Christy. How you doing, bud? No Pampers box, believe it or not. They actually have these kind of stuck down with some double-sided stickies. Christian Ionscu. Good to see you, man. All right, APU is up and running. We'll hit the chrono. We'll let that burn for 3 minutes. Looks like we can go ahead and turn the dome light off. It's getting bright in here. Ooh, we'll leave it on, actually. Not quite ready. All right, that's up. Chrono is running. We do have an auto squawk 7474. 7474. I like that. That's in the box. Departure 3442. 3442. A rudder cam will be quite interesting. I'll tell you what, when I go to the expo, I'm assuming / hoping that we're going to see some, I'm hoping that we're going to see some force feedback rudder pedals. And then maybe what I will do is, depending on how I feel about force feedback rudders, then maybe we'll go down that route. 141 plus 3, we do have a jump seater. Looks like Zippy is coming along with us today. Zippy's on the jump seat. Jump seat is out. We're still boarding the cargo. Actually, it's done. So we'll dismiss. We'll send that to the McDo. Double check our weights here in our block fuel. 3 minutes to avoid the UAL fume event. Exactly. What's up, Joe Plains? Good to see you, man. I put 7477 instead of 7474. You're absolutely right. Thank you. 7474. A lot of 7s and 4s. 747400. Maybe Robert Randazza is our controller today. All right, this all looks good. Block extra fuel, 53 minutes. We'll put you on perf speeds. Let's run some data here for takeoff. Sync the final load sheet, sync live weather. We're going full Toga today, chat. Now, are we going to do packs on or off? It has been way too long since we've done packs off. So let's just go straight up max juice packs off. If you haven't already, do hit that like button for me. I know I've been real lackadaisical on the content lately, so it's just been kind of busy with the new baby and stuff, but hopefully we get back into a more normal set of content pushed out here. So we'll calculate 51, 51, 52 Toga flaps 1, send that to the McDo. 51, 51, 52 Toga set flaps 1 down 0.4 on the trim. Wonderful. It's time to close up shop and get out of here. Ground ceviches. Let's close up the forward and aft. Oh, I just shocked the ground controller there. Question B1, what do you use auto FPS? Believe it or not, X-Paulo, this is my first stream with auto FPS enabled. I used to always use it on 2020. I never used it once I started 2024, but this is my first stream with auto FPS running in the background. That is correct. I'm not using it for FPS though. I'm using it for LOD. I have LOD only. So I'm basically doing an auto LOD. Here comes 3 minutes on the chrono. Fume event has been completed. Allegedly, APU bleed is on. It's hot. So let's go ahead and let's get this cabin turned down. I love it. I didn't think I was going to like this livery, but then I saw it in person here on the Fenix, or in person, like on stream and or on the sim, and it actually looks pretty dang cool. All right, we're up and running. Do we need a call for pushback? I don't believe we do. No, there is no requirement to call for pushback. So we'll call ready to taxi. It's like the same shade of orange as Sleazy Jet. Man, say that 5 times fast. All right. Cockpit to ground. Let's go ahead and throw him up though, just in there. 2485. Please turn on the cabin air. Pax next to me is adding to the sweaty smell. Sorry, Kelly Simmer, you got it. Here we go. Tug is connecting, and I will bring on this cam. So you'll still have this cam for your normal viewership. But the control cam will always be on the second stream broadcast. So, all right, they're connecting. He's pushing. I kind of want to wait till he gets out of the way. Let's see if he pushes deep into the alley there. Belated congrats on number 4. Hello for a 10% tariff country. What's up, John? Good to see you, man. Thank you, thank you. Number 4 has been struggling with the sleeping last night. Was pretty challenging, chat. Pretty challenging. So if I get tongue-tied again, you know what's going on. First 2 nights, or I should say there's been 2 or 3 nights where he slept the whole night, which has been incredible. The last 3 nights have been very, very rough. And Mrs. V1 is just absolutely crushing it. I mean, it's almost like, you know, I feel bad because, but at the same time, like, I can't breastfeed him, so there's really not much I can do except be there for emotional support. And yeah, the last 2 nights have been very rough, chat. I think we've probably collectively got maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep. How did the storm shake out the other day? All good. Yes, all is good, Ryan. Everything worked out. Thank goodness. There was an actual tornado confirmed, a touchdown very close to us. Big trees came down, power lines came down, lots of hail. But the most damage that we got was just knocked a couple Texas stars off the front of the house. I had to put those back up. That's it. So we're very fortunate. I have pimples, Jerry. Good to see you. Where's the AAL going? I don't know. He pushed directly behind me, so I'm going to wait for him to get out, and then we'll start the pushback. Newborn sleeping is an oxymoron. Doesn't happen. My firstborn didn't sleep through the night until 9 months. She was killing me. Oh, Callie Simmer. I feel you. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen this time for us on number 4, but I feel you. I need my Moza base before the BFU. Yeah. This is the Moza. So what I also think this is going to be a good camera setup for sponsorship opportunities and for the wonderful hardware sponsors that I already have. I'll be able to. I've linked them. I've already kind of worked on the description for all that. But all right, here we go. Cockpit to ground. Brakes are released. You are clear to push. AJ, thanks for a $3 super chat as well, man. Keep drinking those soy lattes and you can feed them. Jeez. Oh, AJ. Good to have you back on stream, man. Thanks for a $3 super chat. Compressor stall for proper amount of likes. Oh, man. Michael, were you the one asking for the compressor stall on the last stream out of Phoenix? Was that you? Happy to be through the baby years. My kids text me when they go play outside while I sleep into 10:30 or later. Oh, man, Tyson, that's nice. I guess we're stopping the pushback here. That's fine with me. Cockpit to ground. Brakes are set. You're clear to disconnect. Show me the pin out front. I'll talk to you next time. All right, here we go. Starting engine 1. Engine mode to ignition start. Shh. Here we go. JetBlue orange. I'm going to turn up the sim a little bit more for engine start. Let's go up to 85 here. All right, turn in 2. Let's go. This aircraft sat overnight, so we need a 5-minute warm-up. Start 2 engines at the gate. My nephew is just now in the most dangerous point in his life. He's now mobile. It's a keen interest in sticking keys in electrical outlets. Oh, man. Listen, he only needs to get zapped once, though, hopefully. You get zapped once, it's probably they probably won't do it again. Casual catering truck, yeah, we're gonna have to go through that catering truck. My 3-year-old sleeps for most of the night. Downside is she likes waking up early in the morning, like 4:30 to 5. I got him an early bird, yeah. I thought it was 5 after every start. Nope, Zippy Zapple. If the aircraft is sat less than 3 hours, it's considered warm. Just need a 3-minute warm-up. Also engine dependent, though, with the V2500. I believe it's 3 and 5. Just got in. Is the APU in up? Nope. We have a working APU. We got 2 good starts. 2 good starts. We go engine mode to ignition normal. Spoilers arm. What was our flap config? Flaps position 1. Flaps 1 coming out. Canadian, what's up, my man? How you doing? Flaps are position 1. Oh, yeah, we'll do a flight control check here in for a minute. We'll do APU bleed off, APU master switch off. Like I said, we need 5 minutes, so let's do all of our stuff here. Flight controls full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral. Trim needs to be 4 units down, 0.4 down. That checks, all looks good there. We have a message. Let's return and get the final load sheet. Actually, no, I think we got it all. Wonderful. All right. After start checklist, anti-ice is off. Yellow electric pump is off. Rudder trim 0. After start checklist is complete. Let's call 3442. Oh, I typed in the wrong freak. 3442. 34425. Oh my gosh, that's 24. I'm going to do this. Right click, tune on column 1. Aha, look at that. I love it. Whoever told me about the right click. Fort Myers approach. Good afternoon. JetBlue 357 on the ground with information. A whiskey. Ready taxi.
57, 4 miles direct vector whiskey, runway 24 via Foxtrot.
24 via Foxtrot, JetBlue 357. All right, taxi lights coming on, brakes are released. Let's go.
American 1098, 4 miles departure, roger, runway 24, follow the JetBlue A320 ahead.
Duncan needs to reciprocate with the donut. That looks like an Airbus. That's not a bad idea. Looks like we got a custom cabin we'll have to check out as well. All right, Foxtrot, we're gonna come out here, make a right turn all the way down. BFU when? Sky Chef's getting a souvenir. Now there should be some cool Western Global stuff over here. I do have a pretty cool memory. I flew a 198 here on a charter, actually on a contract trip up to this hangar over here. Those rampers never seen a 190 before. Like, what? This is cool.
Runway 24 via Lima Foxtrot.
Kids are pretty resilient. Oh, you're talking Steve. They are pretty resilient though. FSS EJAT VNAV before BFU. Who knows, AJ?
JetBlue 357. Want to get a sec? Just make sure your both see transponders on.
Sorry about that. We'll recycle it. JetBlue 357.
All good.
All right, recycle the transponder, aka turn it on. If you've ever been asked to recycle your transponder and you forgot it on, hit that like button. All right, looks like we are done with the dome light. Yeah, we'll turn that off. We'll go ahead and we'll do a little bit of internal juice here with the lighting. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of flood there, a little bit of integral lights as we taxi through the blue hour here. There we go. That's the cockpit we want to see. Brake check, pressure 0. All right, I've already done our flight control check. Let's do a mini brief. We're going to be departing on runway 24 on the Seashell 7 departure. Gross weight is 142.2. Speeds, we got 151, 152. Flaps config 1 plus F. Fuel on board is 15.8. First fix is going to be Mapool. No questions. Flight control check is complete. Let's do a taxi checklist. We'll do auto brakes max. Takeoff config check. Everything is set. Flight attendants prepare for takeoff. Oh, forgot the predicted wind shear. Taxi checklist. Gross weight comparison is complete. Pitch trim is 30.4% CG set. V1, VR, V2, flex, 51, 51, 52. Toga set. Flaps config. 1 plus F. Flight controls check. ECAM memo takeoff. All green. ECAM status is checked. Taxi check is complete.
American 123, two aircraft ahead. This is JetBlue and American. You'll follow your company 321 ahead.
These speeds are tight. They are indeed.
Roger, American 103, copy. Follow company traffic.
Got American over here. Got another American over here, maybe? A beautiful sunrise here in South Florida. We got our engine warm-up time. Reset the chrono. Only thing we need to do is get the bleeds and packs before departure. If you haven't already, please do hit that like button. Going for 250 likes today. Another downside is, unless I get another monitor going here, I'm not going to be able to, I can't really see the likes. So I don't know what our goal's at. I'll have to adjust that. I might need a third monitor, but then that's going to take probably more processing power, right? How much would a third monitor add in terms of taxing your system? Does it add that much? Another monitor? I imagine it's got to add more, right? It's a whole nother display it's got to draw. Did you ever get a takeoff with all 3 V-speeds the same? Oh yeah. Yes, I have. Multiple times. Digital Merc says roughly 5 FPS. All right. I'm just going to have to learn to... I'm going to have to move some of my stuff around. It would be another 1080p. I don't need another 2K monitor. I have 3 monitors, it works fine. Well, you're also not streaming Cali Simmer. Unless you are. Cali Simmer Live? Cali Simulations? Whatever you get performance-wise, just knock off 15 FPS if you want to be a streamer. Do you think the Lear, the Duke also have engine cooldown time after landing? I'm sure they do, Av Apollo. The Duke, I can tell you right now, the PT6, now this was also an SOP thing. There's probably a million different viewpoints on this, but as far as any PT6 I operated, you didn't want to go above idle 60 seconds before shutdown. And that included reverse. So you had to be very careful with the old A models and B models that I flew the 99. You didn't have a beta detent. All you had was idle and then reverse. But your beta was just past reverse. So you had to be very careful that you, once you went into beta, like if you were making a sharp turn or something right before shutdown, that you didn't bring those power levers into the reverse detent. Or I shouldn't say into the reverse detent because there was no detent. Into the reverse range when you're getting close to shutdown. So you just kind of really lean onto the power levels, get them over the idle so they go in flat pitch. But if you go further into reverse, it spools up the N1, right? Which then now you got to wait another 60 seconds. So it's very dependent, but a lot of engines have startup, warm up, shutdown, cool down times. Yeah. Am I still on the 3D chip? Not sure what that means.
JetBlue 37 with 14011, gust 16, RNAV Maple, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
RNAV Maple, runway 24, clear for takeoff. JetBlue 357. I need a mini light panel. Mini light panel when? Do you like that silicone Weatherman V1? Never taken my gold band off, but see a lot of people. Yeah, KW, I do. Mostly because I do a lot of work outside and or when I'm fishing, like fishing line and stuff, and it gets caught and I bang it upon things. I love the silicone band. I've gotten to the point now where I only wear the silicone band, or I only wear my actual carbon fiber tungsten band when I go to work or going out to like a nice dinner. Now they do break though. I mean, I've had a few break. So I think this is like my fourth one. But get the proper one. Get the Qualo. I think it's a Qualo, QALO. So get that one because the other ones will just fall apart on you. All right, we are cleared for takeoff. Let's go. Packs are coming off. Packs off. Lineup checklist. Runway 24 is confirmed. Fuel 15 required. 15.6 on board. Leads and packs are set. Are y'all ready? It's been a while, Chad. I need to see a sea of blue yogas. Get those yogas in chat. Sounds are coming up. I don't know how loud they will be, so just be cautious. I'm going maximum sound on this panel over here. Here we go. Spool up 50. Nose forward on the stick. Yoga. Oh yeah.
1098, runway 24, line of
Man, Toga, SRS, auto thrust blue. Thrust set.
X-ray now, current altitude trees,
100 knots. Check. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Nav it. Fly with it. Oh, yes. Beautiful. The orange matches the sunrise. Look at that. Spamming the emojis on both screens. That's awesome. Thank you. All right, here comes thrust reduction. Oh, love it. Thrust climb, auto thrust.
Radar contact, yeah.
Passing 2,600 for 4,000, JetBlue 357.
57 Roger, climb maintain 10,000.
Common maintain 10,000, JetBlue 357. All right, 10,000 blue open climb. Here comes flaps S speed. So flaps 1 speed checks. Flap 0. Seeing a little bit of chop. Bank angle check to the right. Here we go.
1098, 1709er, RNI.
Pack 1, that's associated. That's me because I've been looking outside. Air Pack 1 associated. Give it a few more seconds here. 220 on the speed, maintain 220.
123, runway 24, line
Close enough. Pack 2 is coming back on. Back to the right. That looks stunning. Alright, we're through our 220. We'll lower the nose. Get on the command bars. Looking for 250 now. Climbing into the sunrise. That's amazing.
7 after lob, the climb maintain level 370.
Was that after White Tar, 270 for jumping to the sun?
A lob.
What's up, V1?
After Losby, 270 jumping to the sun.
Over Yankee. Should be right after Woodard.
I got you. After Losby, we'll climb flight level 270 for jumping to the sun. That's kind of a weird clearance. We'll just leave
Love
it
you,
set
V1.
as now. Thanks, bud.
That's very sealed, that V1.
All right, I'm going to turn the sim back down to where it was. V1 going vertical. What's up, Hassel Boss? So good to see you, man, over on the flight deck cam.
American 1098, radar contact, south.
American
1098, roger. Climb and maintain 10,000.
Man, that's a welcome back to flight sim departure right there if I haven't seen it. I mean, that was just beautiful timing on that. With the smell of Duncan in the air, Chad. The smell of Duncan. Here comes 9 for 10, and then we'll maintain 10. So here comes 1,000 to level off, speed on start.
70, leave Myers Space to the north, climb east center is offline, radar service terminated, change to advisory approved seal.
Over to advisory, thanks for the ATC, JetBlue 257-2.
American 103,
All right, so we're leaving his airspace, but we'll comply with this last restriction. We'll maintain 10,000 here, and then we'll climb 270 after that. He may have seen something on his radar that would be more beneficial for us to just maintain 10 till Losby. So we'll hold 10 here.
American 1098 after Losby.
As soon as we level out,
maintain flight level 350.
122.8. 22.8 is up. Out. And we're through 10. We're at 10, but we'll go ahead and get the lights off. So we'll go ahead and pull these off. Those are coming off. Flight attendant forward call. Let's go autopilot 1. Autopilot 1 is engaged. Come back down to the McDo. We'll put in our destination, RDU. That looks good. Secondary, we'll copy the active. And on COM 2, we'll make sure Delta Operations is up and receiving. Beautiful. All right, maintaining 10,300. I'm going to go to the back to full screen over here, but we'll maintain the flight deck camera as is for right now. What Raleigh do I have? I don't have any already. That's why I've been entertaining the idea of doing a diversion this flight. If you guys want to see a diversion, make sure you smash that like button. Let's see where we're at. Maybe we'll set a goal for the diversion. Oh yeah, we need to be at 250 likes to execute a diversion. If we hit 250 likes, we'll do a diversion before top of climb. If we hit top of climb and we're not at 250 likes, we're just going to go on to Raleigh-Durham. Man, that looks great. I've missed every time. There's Losby. We'll set 270. Cool for open. Thrust climb, open climb, 270 blue. Here we go. We've been flying so many other airplanes too. The times that I have been streaming, we've been flying the PMDG, the 7-2. So, man, it's nice to get back into the Phoenix. I've kind of been holding off on Phoenix streams too, because I'm like, well, when's the BFU when? But now it seems like we just need to set our clocks on Phoenix time and just enjoy what we have. It's still, in my opinion, I still don't think there's a better 320 simulation out there, even without the BFU. Due to situations RDUs on ground stop? Really? Right now, Raleigh is on ground stop? Or are you just saying that for the stream? Exclamation point specs, Derek. I'll pull them up for you. morning departure hits different with the sunrise. I agree with you, Joe. Hasselbasta says we only need an extra cam now showing the magical tactical flip-flops. Nice, Hasselbasta. We need a tactical flip-flop cam. Indeed. Fly-by-wire 320 stream. Zach, I think we should do that soon. That's what we were going to do, right? Maybe we do that tomorrow. Look at this. I mean, this, I love a sunrise flight deck, too. Look at that. That is beautiful. RGB 6. Listen. I had a copy and paste at Team Vodka, all right? I copied and pasted what I had there. Listen, I'm not proud of it. I wish I could turn all RGB off on my case. I wish I could. Watching with dinner, nothing better. Dougal. Good to see you, man. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. Yeah, Bo, I think that'd be funny, man. The tactical flip-flop cam would be epic. Is the Fenix a study-level aircraft? Yes, it is, Oliver. There is so much that this aircraft has simulated. It is 100% a study-level system. Depth. RGB adds frames.
B1!
If you buy non-RGB stuff, you don't have any RGB in your case. Well, that's true. Thoughts on Orion 2? Don't know what that is at all. It's so study level, the oil viscosity in inches changes with outside air temperature. That is correct, Stephen. Isn't that like, when you think about that, so I'm going to turn the sim down to what I
America runs on Duncan.
Amen to that, brother. I'm going to turn my sim down to what I would normally have as our quote-unquote noise canceling mode. You let me know if it's still a little bit too loud or if you can barely hear the sim at all and you want it up a little bit. So that's the only feedback I'm trying to get for the audio right now. All right, we're getting ready to go through 18,000 feet. We'll set standards, STDs once, twice, and we'll leave that one on thrice. We'll come down here. Was it 1013? We'll set this one for AJ. Close enough. 1013 set. Guys, Leroy Jenkins. But what I was saying after Steven mentioned the oil viscosity, yeah. When you... I'm going to speed limit exceed there. Boom. When you fire up your Fenix... and you're taking a look at your systems pages, you're looking at your oil, your bleed, even the temperatures at which the bleed air is running through the system is simulated. The hydraulic fluid level and viscosities, it's amazing. So you kind of wonder, oh man, if, you know, I used to always get a performance hit flying the Fenix on 2020. In 2024, I think the Fenix is one of the most well-optimized airplanes in there. It's really not that heavy on my system anymore, especially after the last major update. But every time you hit that power switch on the overhead, you turn those batteries on, you connect that ground power, you are waking up a true Airbus simulation, not just a face value airplane model with sounds. That's what makes this plane so fun to fly, and it's only going to get better with some update 2. Any round trip or a one-way? We're doing a one-way flight right now, Cryon. We might do a diversion, depends on the like level. Like I said, we got to hit 250 likes before top of climb. If we do that, we will do a diversion. If not, just one leg. I would really like to do a second stream today, and I kind of want to set up the flight deck cam for Boeing, but we'll see. We'll see if I have time. The Windwing Orion 2 base uses a gimbal. What do you think about the Ursa Minor? If I'm trying to remember. Oh, the Windwing Orion 2 base. I don't think it's a bad option. I mean, if I'm trying to replicate the Israel for low price, then probably the Orion base, yeah, or the Ursa Minor. You know, the Ursa Minor tool I think is one of the best entry-level side sticks that you can get if you're really dedicating yourself to Airbus flying. The reason I say dedicating yourself to Airbus flying is because if you're not flying an Airbus, there is some limited travel range on that Wing Ursa liner. It does have a smaller throw, especially in roll, if I'm not mistaken. I think roll is when you kind of notice it the most. But if you're really using it for Airbus, I mean, it's fantastic, because the only time you're really going to hit those stops on the travel limit is going to be when you're doing a flight control check anyway. So you may hit the stops if you're battling some serious winds, but generally speaking, you put a little curve on there, you can kind of make the linearity a little bit less linear and make it have a little bit of a curve. It's the best entry-level Airbus side stick, and I say entry-level only because of the price. As far as how it feels, it punches way above what you pay for that Ursa liner. So if you're just looking to buy a side stick, that would be the way I would go. 100%. 100%. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Even with my crappy flying, I don't hit the roll stops. There you go. If AJ's not hitting the roll stops, then you're definitely not going to hit them. What could make the Fenix even more realistic? Are there some major things missing? I wouldn't say major, but I don't know how much I can say. We all know that I've violated Fenix NDAs before, and I'm not going to violate it again, ever, hopefully. What I can say is the improvements that are coming are going to make they're going to make a big difference. They're going to make a big difference in what you feel and how you fly the airplane. And it's going to be a much more realistic input response. Now, we could put a little asterisk by that, because with the advent of the force feedback base, like the AB9 base, or what's the other one, the Brunner base, with the use of force feedback and being able to do control loading on your side stick, you can really make even the worst airplanes fly really, really good. So I think those of us that have force feedback bases, we may not see as much of a difference or feel as much of a difference, but what is going to be necessary is going to be an updated profile for the AB9 base. And that's kind of why, like someone asked me earlier, did I try the new 320 profile from Team Vodka? I haven't yet, because I'm trying to keep all things consistent across the board until the BFU drops, and then I'll make the adjustments as necessary in the software, and then we'll be good to go. But I think those of you that are flying with an Ursa Minor or maybe a Warthog base or just a regular spring gimbal style base, I think those users are going to feel the difference greater than those of us with the AB9 base. But then as far as performance of the aircraft in the sim, such as the performance numbers, landing, the drag numbers and things like that, that's also going to be improved. So there's nothing glaring, but there is enough that's supposed to be coming with the big Fenix update that all those small changes make a collective big difference. But as far as is there something glaring right now in the Fenix that's just hugely off? I don't think so. I can't think of it. I'm sure someone will say something, and you might be right. I just, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything glaring that drives me nuts. Although there is one, it's that flight, when you have a side stick that for some reason it'll throw the calibrate null zones ECAM. That's like one of my biggest annoyances. We haven't got it today. I haven't had it since I've had the new AB9 profile that we're using for the 320 here on my side stick. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know it's annoying too. That flight control side stick fault calibrate null zones. Meanwhile, everything is perfectly fine with your null zones. So I'd like to see that go away. All right, we can make it. Let's go to 370. We'll spin in 370 on our mini FCO. Pull for open. Thrust climb, open climb, 370 blue. Up we go. You violated an NDA when? Allegedly. Do you think Fenix is too floaty? Vance, can I defer my answer until the BFU drops? I don't think it's too floaty, Vance. I think the biggest... How can I word this carefully? I think a way to improve some float would be the deceleration of the energy state in the flare. I think that can use some improvement depending on the model. I think the 319 is the opposite. The 319 is really chunky. The 321 I still feel is pretty dang good. The 320, perhaps if you could make adjustments, maybe in that range, but it's just in how the energy state depletes in the flare. But I don't think it's glaringly too floaty. I do not think so. Can it be improved? Yes. Do I know for a fact that it's being improved? Yes. That's all I can say. Jeremy Harvey, good to see you, my man. If you have null zones, warning should not be an ECAM because it's not a true ECAM. Correct, Jeremy, and I brought that up to Amir specifically. I would like to see something like maybe like an EFB warning, or maybe even a McDo scratchpad message that would pop up, even though that wouldn't be realistic. But 100% agree with you, Jeremy, because that flight control side stick fault on the ECAM is a real ECAM, and it's a big time ECAM. Like that's an abort takeoff situation right there. Okay, if you have a flight control side stick fault in the aircraft, that's a big deal. So the fact that it comes up more frequently than it should, I feel like we're desensitizing ourselves to the seriousness of that ECAM. And for that reason, I would like to see it removed. Where'd you get the JetBlue livery? I saw you just JetBlue. Mad Dog, this livery is on the Flight Sim TO right now. This one is from J'Aviation. So if you just go to the Flight Sim TO and just type in Phoenix 320 liveries, this is from J'Aviation. Oh, we never turned our wing lights off. And it's out now, and it's available. I think he just released it like a couple days ago. But yep, check it out on Flight Sim TO, man. V1, good to catch you live. Been a minute. Caleb, good to see you, man. Plane Crazy Mike, feedback for you. On an iPhone, the top header is buried behind the status icons. YouTube stream header and face cam notch. Ah, Plane Crazy Mikey. Okay. Thank you for that. I'm talking to Plane Crazy Mikey on the other. Let me pull it up on my own phone so I can see. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. I will try to make some adjustments. I see exactly what you're saying. Thank you. I will attempt to make some adjustments and have it for the next one. Yeah. See, small things like that I can't really find out when I'm solo testing here, or much easier to find out when we're doing it live. Is this livery real or fictional? It's real, I believe, right? This is a real livery. I've never seen it in person. I think it's a new livery. Like it's an actual JetBlue new livery. Been watching your VODs for a while, so it's really nice to catch a live stream for the first time. Really enjoy your content. Excellent stuff, sir. Eric, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words, my man. It was real. It's at JFK. Yeah, well, it makes sense. JFK runs on Duncan. Don't tell. Where's Roscoe at? He runs on Duncan. All right, we're 33.5 for 370. We'll double check our max 390. We're plenty good there. Let's see, we're 1212 on the UTC. That looks good. A couple thousand more feet here, and then we will get the seatbelt sign off. We'll switch over to cruise. They revealed it at Boston. Excellent. Could solve that by flying an airplane without ECAMs. What's up, Wingnet? Dude, I just saw all your I don't know what's going on with my phone, man. Because I would have been on I would have done Insurgency last night. I didn't see any of that. But what's up, man? Wonder what it costs to repaint a whole plane for something like this. It's probably not very cheap, especially with like this color paint. In hindsight, well, actually, I don't know. It may be cheaper because it's who's buying these colors. I thought that the yellow that Spirit uses was like a pretty cheap color because no one uses it. But yeah, I wonder what the actual, just the monetary, the dollar value. I want to repaint my 320. How much does that cost? Callie Simmer, definitely adds weight. How much? I'm not sure, but if you think about a can of paint, right? Think how much a can of paint weighs, and then you can apply that to the whole airplane. And now this is, you know, aviation paint. It's probably even heavier. It's put on super thick, and you do multiple layers to get the logos and stuff. So that was the main driving factor for the American bare metal paint job for a very long time. Repaint. The real question is, how much is Duncan paying JetBlue to the paint job since it's 100% promotion? Exactly, Glufu. Exactly. You know what American doesn't run on? Chick-fil-A coffee, because it's awful. Bosco, what's up, man? Good to see you, Bosco. Agreed. Bo Browning says you need to size your status bar for the vertical. It's set for wide. Yeah, you can't see. So Plane Crazy Mikey, the arrival airport, that is correct. That one is off, but the progress bar should be not skewed. But yeah, it definitely cuts off. I gotta reformat that whole like second half of it. I will work on that. Thank you. I see that. Yep. Because I try resizing it, but then what happens is it still shows it cut off for some reason. I don't know why. All right, looks like we just leveled at 37,000 feet. We did. We're out cruise. We're 7.8 Mach. It's been a smooth climb out. Let's go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off. You are now free to move about the cabin. Up here at 37,000 feet. Let's do a quick wind update. Doing a wind request. Let's take a look at our systems display. Engines look good. Bleed looks good. IDG's looking good. Hydraulics. Green is in the low band, but that is normal, right? Because the gear is being held up. Fuel looks good. APU, door. Wait. You know what's funny is I had an MEL, or it wasn't an MEL. It was just a maintenance like DMI referral thing. So it had even though the APU was off, it was still showing powered on the ECAM. It's like, that's kind of peculiar. That was a write-up we saw the other day. Everything looks good. Everything beautiful. Let's go back here. Wind data uplink. Let's go ahead and insert the winds. That came in way faster than the real airplane. All right, winds are set. We're cruising. 370. Now what I can do is I'm going to, on the cockpit cam, I'm going to put us into cruise. And now I'm gonna adjust a couple things here. For our vertical cameras. Now I want to put like a logo or the mini FCU down there in that bottom black square. But this is going to be the kind of, you know, cruise camera where we're here for takeoff, all that good stuff, and then you're going to go do things. You want to check back in on your phone and see the status of the flight. Should be up like this. All right, JetBlue ops, delay car, don't need any of that. Wonderful. All right, let's go outside. Turn the sim down, turn the engines down a little bit. How's that for audio? Do you keep your packs belted in a cruise IRL? Depends. Just depends on the turbulence. We turn the seatbelt sign off, so it should be a smooth ride. I like the dual cams. My second monitor is an ultra wide. I have the new stream popped out and set up next to the main one. Very cool. Bo, that'd be awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta resize that one there. Flyabetes looks very cool. this here. All right, I never checked. Oh, we didn't hit 250 likes, so we are not going to be doing an in-flight diversion. V1 sounds just like the pilot on the PIA, the 32NX. I don't know what you're talking about. Really? There's a 32NX pilot? Huh. That should be a poll. I'm gonna turn up the music a little bit. Let me know if that's too loud. I'm gonna make a new poll. Next stream. You know what? I don't have the fly-by-wire even installed anymore. Any Boston creams left? Those are my favorite, Andy B. So my last flight that we did, going to San Jose and back, when I got back to the cockpit, the FO, she bought donuts. She's like, you want one? I was so tempted, but I didn't do it, Team Vodka. I didn't break my little intermittent fasting, but I was very tempted to break it for a little Dunkin' Donut there. Could you run through the probes on the exterior? The probes? Do you mean like the air data probes? TAT probes, air data probes, pitot tubes over here. You got your static. Basically, you have the air data smart probes, or I guess the TAT, yeah, air data probe. Then you have your static port, and you've got a stall AOA vane, and then the sharper looking ones are pitot static tubes. That's it. And up on the window here, you got your little ice detector. This is your Wi-Fi antenna. You got VHF on top, VHF on the bottom. You've got the little round antenna underneath the fuselage area towards the APU. That's going to be your rad out, I believe. That'd be a good, you mean like a pre-flight walk-around? We haven't done a walk-around in a while. We should do a walk-around. PSA, last day to book tickets on Southwest with free bags. Starting tomorrow, they join the rest of the NJ and charging up the wazoo for bags. Welcome to the 21st century. I didn't realize that started tomorrow, Cali Simmer. So if you book a flight today, and then even though it's for in the future, say a couple of months from now, or maybe to Expo, you still get the free bags. It's just if you book after the day, you have to pay for them. Jerry wants to see me do a 321 somewhere hot. You know what we could do? So I'm doing a Cancun turn. I'm doing Dallas, Cancun. Maybe we should do a Cancun practice flight on the 321. But maybe we should go Cancun back to Dallas so we can leave. Cancun gets super hot, muggy. APU has a hard time keeping up down there. I haven't been to Cancun in a little while. A couple of weeks at least. Well, more than that, because I hadn't flown in 3 weeks, and then the first flight I did was to San Jose, pick up my mom, which was kind of cool. I haven't flown my mom since the regional days, since I was at a regional. So it's kind of neat to fly her. I'm gonna recenter the aircraft. I wish you could like have it follow on the map here. I'm looking at the cruise cam there on the other layout. I wish it would just like track the airplane. It just seems like you have to recenter it all the time. TB Flight. Welcome, Private Pilot, man. Glad to have you on board. Thanks for joining the channel. Yeah, the contrails for sure. That's Adam. Actually, you're right. That's one of the bigger ones. I think the contrails are pretty bad. I agree with you. The contrails need fixing. Absolutely. Oh, that's a Dunkin' commercial shot right there. Any other Mexican airports you enjoy? Mexico City is awesome. I like them all, dude. Cabo, I like flying into Cabo because you get to go down and, I don't know, I like going to the Sea of Cortez because I always think of all the great white sharks that are down there. It's a breeding ground. I always think how I would never want to ditch in the Sea of Cortez. I mean, there's a handful that are pretty neat, man. I love South America flying. There's a lot of guys that don't enjoy it. They'd rather just do their, you know, Boston turn, Duncan, which I get. There's something to be said for that too. But Guatemala City, Costa Rica. Costa Rica's a ton of fun. Even going into, I like going into Montego Bay because that's where I went for my honeymoon. So it's always cool to kind of go back there and check it out. Definitely in need of another vacation with the missus. It's under map settings, Bo. I think of a different map. I looked at that. Let me try. Layers. That's a new tab. Yeah, it won't let me follow it. Any Volanta users that like can have it follow your, like it just moves the map as you fly? Maybe this one is. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the... Maybe I should put the mini FCU there on that stream as well. Because does it cut this one off? No, so that's there. Yeah, we need the mini FCU like right there, right next to this one, right there. Near check-in cam. It does, but only in chunks. Okay, Goofy, thank you. So maybe that's what it was, because I saw it like jump. I'm just playing with the this new layout. I think it's gonna be cool. So when the last time we talked about the big Fenix update, we read the whole article and we saw the graphs of how Amir is talking about the side stick deflection and trying to mimic the thousands of data points that they have on the real 320 series. So I want to try to do at least a dozen or so flights in this Fenix before the BFU drops with the flight deck cam on, because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip all of the landings at the same spot, like at the same rad out, say 200 feet minimums. Maybe 100, because that would be more consistent. We'll just do a 100-foot rad out, clip all of the landings, and we'll group them together, and we can look at my stick inputs, and then when the BFU drops, we can see if there's much of a change. So that's what I'm curious. And I also have some clips of real side stick inputs on approach as well, so it'd be cool to sync it up. Fenix needs to optimize their planes to give us a lower perf setting. It's generally not a problem for most people who have top line PCs, but for mid to low end, perf is appreciated. Really, Harris? I felt that the V1 Fenix was very difficult on frames and perf. Like, you knew you were flying a heavy airplane, but I don't know in the V2 Fenix. I feel like it's been pretty darn optimized. Check Vance, something might have gone wrong with my tracking. What do you mean? What do you mean, Zippy? Specs right there. I'm running a Ryzen. What is it? Oh, no, sorry, a Radeon. That one right there. 7900 XTX. I wish I could hide the chat. Oh, there we go. If I turn off live chat on the flight deck cam, yeah, I see where I gotta adjust that overlay. No worries. Did you know in Phoenix you can skip the ADIRS alignment by turning on the switches all the way to the right, then off and back to nav? JJ, really? That I did not know. That's pretty cool. VILH, high altitude airport, no instrument guidance, captain only, has awesome terrain. VILH. Really? I'll have to look that one up. VILH. How far is that from Mexico City? Do a Mexico City VILH. Song's putting me to sleep. I like these views here. I mean, you can almost see the current in the ocean down there, like those streaks. Gosh, I love it. This music is a glass of bourbon in the hot tub, Bosco? Yeah, buddy. Oh, it's in India. Oh, in India. Well, yeah, that would make sense. It's not a Mexico, IKO, yeah. VILH, huh? I'll have to look into it. I feel like this music's gonna be watching the Home Shopping Network. But I haven't watched that in a long time. HSN. Alright, looks like we're making the turn up the coast. Oh, wow. Got some cloud situations forming. I don't know, Zippy. Not a problem on my end, so maybe it's on their end. Well, there's nobody on anyway, so it'll make a difference. What is anybody on Sim Update 3 beta? What is the status of the control binding menu being so laggy? Is that still laggy on Sim Update 3? Because that's driving me nuts in the Sim Update 2 stable. The old TV Guide channel music. Well, that's what I'm going for, Andy. We just need to chill, man. We need to chill. Will you try the Piper Warrior by Just Flight? Oh, forgot all about this stuff. They all got massive updates, Shakovic. You're absolutely right, my man. We might have to look into that. You're absolutely right. Drew Smith, what's going on, man? Good to see you, dude. By the way, I thought of you yesterday as we smoked some ribs. Nice, Jeremy. That's what I did, too. I smoked some ribs last night. I did party-style ribs last night. And a little bit of a skirt steak. Tonight, we are doing tri-tip, maybe? Oh, no, I think we're doing steaks tonight. We're going to do regular steaks. A couple of New York strips. Yeah, Tuesday night. We'll do New York strips tonight. And I can't do tri-tip tomorrow because it's Wednesday night. I fly Thursday morning. So maybe Thursday night we'll do a tri-tip. Control binding so much better in Sim Update 3. Jeff, okay, good. I'm glad that that's at least been addressed, because for those of you that don't know, if you try to bind your... Well, you should all know if you're into 20 Sim Update 2. The control binding things right now, it drives me nuts. It takes 5 minutes to open the menu, 5 minutes to switch peripherals. How about some brisket? Not enough time for a brisket as of late, Jeremy. Piper Warrior flies well even on your Honeycomb. Nice. I forgot. Back to basics. There's wingnut. Yeah, we'll go back to basics. We'll fly it on the... We'll fly a base back to basics stream in the Aero. I need to get... seriously, we haven't done any low level... I'm kind of... Yeah, we need to do that. We haven't done Barry Seal in a while either, but I think we'll be able to get back to Barry this weekend. I think Tour de Americas will resume this weekend as we head down into Mexico. Reminds me, I got to get my ribeye dry brining. I know, I forgot to do that too, dang it. Cooking stream for members? You got to slow smoke the brisket while you sleep? Yeah, true. True. That's why I love the Camp Chef, man. Set that thing and forget it. The only thing you got to do is add more pellets if you go through a whole one. Jeremy, the Baron 58 is coming from Black Square. How awesome is that, Jeremy? I cannot wait for the Baron 58. I know Wingnut's going to be all over that one, too. Just tuned in. Love delivery. Casey, good to see you, my friend. Welcome on board, my man. We're just cruising our way up to Raleigh-Durham today. Where could we take that Aero? We could probably do... Maybe we can do, like, Lake Havasu. Do some desert flying. Lake Havasu down to... Kern Valley. We haven't been to Kern Valley in a while. Maybe we need to do a Kern Valley fly-in. Tolus max random failures when Atula. Man, it's been so long since I've been in the Tolus. I don't even know if I have it installed. The 3 a.m. feeding seems like a perfect time to start the brisket. That's... Bo, you do have a point, my man. You have a point. You have a point. Did I fly the Baron in real life? Yeah, just a little bit, man. Not a ton, though. I flew a Baron and 58 around with a buddy just a handful of times. I spent most of my twin prop stuff is Piper Seminoles era, or Piper Seminole, and then the Chieftain series, Chieftain, Navajo. Those are most of my big twins. Cessna 310. I manage a 310, so I'd say the bulk is Navajo, Chieftain, Cessna 310, and then Seminole and Baron. Milford Sound. Ooh, logo lights. It's a good one. Maybe we should do a little New Zealand situation. We could do some SEALs ops in the CL350. I would love to. Yeah, I would love to. But I just don't want to fire X-Plane up for that, man. I just can't. I mean, the Challenger is a great airplane, but if I'm going to do any type of scenery flying where scenery is important, it's got to be in Microsoft Flight Sim. And unless there's a payware. Oh man, I thought I was in drone cam. I was not. Just like a reset. Hopefully I didn't reset everything. NZA sim update, all their scenery too? Really? Okay. A310 peak sexy. It is, dude. Oh, A space 310 wingnut. Hey, we got to be very careful. A space 310. A Cessna 310. Yeah. Yeah, Cessna 310R. I actually just found out that it crashed. It crashed a couple of years ago, and the owner was killed. Not the guy I flew for, but yeah, he sold it. And when he sold it, I believe that's who was crashed and killed. I was doing some reading on the real Barry Seal. He was a 707 captain for TWA. So if we get a 707, we'll have to do some Barry Seal as a captain. Absolutely, Jeremy. Absolutely, man. Have I heard of the Technam? I have. This is definitely XP72 vibe, isn't it? Blackbird Controls is in the house. Blackbird, my man. Good to see you, dude. How you doing? Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Blackbird Controls. Too kind of you, my friend. Too kind. If you haven't checked out really Blackbird, we're having a dedicated flight deck cam. It's simul streaming right now. If you click the link, I'll show you. If we do, if I go back to the regular, there we go. We'll do this one. So for takeoff and landing, that's going to be our camera over there on the flight deck cam stream. And it'll be up the whole stream. So we'll have the Blackbird control levers in there soon enough, man. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. And if y'all haven't already checked out Blackbird Controls, make sure you do. Make sure you do. Best Honeycomb Bravo mods you can use. Do you use frame generation? I do not, Jake. I used to use the frame gen mod, and then I got the 40 series GPU. I used native frame gen, was great. Then now that I have the AMD card, I haven't used it since. I haven't needed to. So, I haven't needed to use frame gen, knock on wood. I know they have a default setting now in the sim, in Sim Update 2 for the AMD frame gen, but I haven't needed it yet. Oh, chat. 20% off Not Memorial Day sale TM going on today. Good time to check it out. Well, here you go. If you want to get yourself some Blackbird control levers for your Honeycomb Bravo, today is the day. Wait no longer. 20% off Not Memorial Day sale. We're no longer memorializing Blackbird Controls brain cell that was lost during the war. Thank you, Blackbird. Appreciate you, man. What kind of FPS levels do you get with the 79XTX? I'm looking to buy one. Wind, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea. I used to track it right when I got the XTX, but I haven't even looked at FPS after, a handful of streams, because all I look for is smoothness, right? I want a smooth, buttery performance, and that's what I'm getting right now. So I couldn't even tell you. I'm sure it's somewhere 30, 40s, The 727 throttle's way too tempting. Wait, you don't have the 727 throttle, Shakovic? Come on now. Especially, we're going to do a 727. Well, I'm going to get back on that 72 again. There's a special livery in the works, allegedly, that I'm going to be flying allegedly soon, allegedly. And you need them. You need to fly that 727 with proper control levers is just a different experience. Can you please suggest some good budget rudders? You know what, Atul? I had the Throttletek Pro Flight rudders forever. Now, they're not the most accurate. You're going to need curves. But they lasted me a long time, man. I've heard a lot of good things about CH rudder pedals. I don't know if they even still have them around. That the CH products is a good one to go to. But as far as budget, I think those are the two entries. I think Thrustmaster has a budget level pedal, but I don't know anything about those. I've never used them, so I'm not going to recommend or not recommend them. It's just I don't know. I think they do have an entry level rudder set though. But I've only had 2 sets of rudder pedals my whole sim life. Throttletek Pro Flight rudder pedals and the MFG crosswinds that I have right now. So those are the only rudder pedals I've ever had. And you guys remember, some of the OG members of the stream, you guys remember when I had the Throtttek Pro Flight rudder pedals. I had one axis was completely broken. The spring was broken, so I had to always pull the pedal back to the left. So if I pushed with left pedal, I'd have to use my right toes to grab the pedal and bring it back. Because I wore those pedals into the ground, man. But they worked. They worked. Honeycomb has the Charlie pedals, but I haven't heard a peep about how they are. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about new Honeycomb stuff. Digital Merc says he ran the T1600 HOTAS plus rudder set for years. There you go. There's a recommendation. Man, look at this. Look at the sky colors right now. Where's the yellow sim enjoyers at? Look at those clouds right now. Juice. I use the entry-level Thrustmasters. They're okay. Need lots of curves too. I think that's what you're gonna find you need with probably any entry-level rudder set. Is you're going to need to do some tweaking with curves and stuff. I think that's when you start getting into the higher end hardware for pedals especially, you won't need as much. Looks about the same as I get with Rex Boss. Yeah, but it doesn't fly the same because it's rail sim. And who wants to run Rex? I ran Rex in 2004. Rex is so 2004, Zippy. No 747 throttles. I know Blackbird. What's going on with that? Well, there is no 7.4 yet in the stream. I'm sure he'll make one. I'm sure he'll make some 7.4. I was lucky. If you want 747 throttles, just get 2 sets of 727 levers. Then you'll have 4 and 2 extras. I have the Throttletek CH and the Thrustmaster TPRs currently. The only one I hated was the CH. It felt and sounded like they were filled with rocks. Ooh. Well, there you go. That's some good insight on the CH. What is my exposure setting? I wouldn't know how to tell you, Fighterer. I wouldn't even know how to adjust it. 2020 is dead to me, AFO. Dead to me. I guess I'll spend a bit more and get the one Windwing is offering. A tool. The Windwing pedals, they look very similar to the Crosswinds. Windwing did their copycat homework pretty good on that. And if they're anything like the Crosswinds, I'm sure they'll be great. I got the Logi Pro Flight pedals when I want some new ones. Oh, you want some new ones? Yeah. You know what I've got cooking? 747 will have to come much later. I know, Blackbird. I know. All right. All right. It doesn't feel on rails to me unless you count PMDG taxi feel. Okay, Zippy. Keep telling yourself that, Zippy. One day we'll convert Zippy to 2024. One day. My first ever rudder pedals were those CH things, as I didn't know any better, ended up in the trash. Yeah, we had, at my flight school, we had CH rudder pedals. Yeah, we had a CH yoke too, I believe. Do you think the Windwing throttles would be a game changer? Are you talking about the Airbus one? Whitson J. They look interesting. I mean, they look... in the video that I saw, it looked like they had very minimal travel. So, I mean, like on the... if I go to the, like the regular cam display here, I mean, it's the travel on an actual Airbus thrust lever set makes a big difference if you're going to be doing hand flying. If you never hand fly the Airbus, then I'm sure you'll be just fine. For the price point and their metal construction, if they are indeed metal, I think it's going to be a heck of a lot better than the TCA Airbus pack. You guys know that I had the TCA Airbus pack for a little while, and then I immediately pretty much tossed it out after a handful of flights. I just couldn't do what I wanted to do with it. There was noise. I could have just had maybe not a good unit. Maybe it was the quality control issues on mine, but I would highly recommend maybe staying towards something a little more universal than going that way. You don't need to convert. As soon as I don't hear someone having a stupid issue for at least 2 months, I can go from 2020 to 24. I haven't had a stupid issue, Zippy. When's the last time we had an issue? There's also the mounting issues, true. Yeah, the flap and spoiler panel does look very promising, Atul. You're absolutely right. I have wind wing pedals and I like them. They replace the CH product shredder pedals. There you go. Do you think you'll fly the C750 from Flightbox FX, Rex? I sure hope so, man. Who wants to see some Citation 10 flying? Oh, wow, look at that. We got to start thinking about our descent here. 250 miles. Yeah. We'll let this song finish and then we got to go back to work. Looks like it's going to be pretty... They might have to shoot an actual approach down there. Blackbird. I want to use the TCA because of that factor. Oh, I want to toss the TCA because of that factor. Yeah. So I don't know if you're going into Expo, Whitson J, but I think we'll see a lot of interesting stuff at the Expo this year. As far as throttles are concerned, peripherals, I'm really looking forward to seeing hopefully that floor mounted yoke from Windwing if they're there, if they get to come in. Do I still like my Airbus tiller? Absolutely, Jeremy. We got it up on the vertical stream. You also need to figure out how to get your bank angle working. Ah, Callie Simmer, I know. Dang it. I'm sorry, I totally forgot. Yeah, Callie, I need to figure that out. And the audios. Bank angle check. All right. I'm gonna work on that after this stream, Callie. Promise you. Because who's going to fund my coffee addiction without Callie Simmer, bank angle checking? All right, let me go ahead and put everything back to preparation cam. So let's go back to this camera as we get ready for our approach. Over there on the flight deck cam, this cam is full size. Let's get some weather. Raleigh, Durham. You guys think SpaceX will go to simulate landing of a Starship tonight? I had no idea they were doing any of that tonight. Alright, weather request, Raleigh, Durham. Taking a look at the approaches into Raleigh. Let's come over here to our Navigraph. Fives. Let's see, they got ILS 5 right. Who's calling me right now? Spam call. Nobody got time for a spam call? So we got ILS 5. Let's go back here. Received. Right now, Raleigh is showing 060 at 8. 2 miles. Light rain mist broken at 7. Ooh. This will be a good approach to get our first shorts video on. All right, we're going to plan for the ILS to 5 left in that case then. So we'll do the ILS 5 left. I'm going to unstar all these additional stars. Probably would be a good idea to do the Cat 2, but if we have to go around, it'd just be that much more exciting. So we'll plan the ILS 5 left, 598. That gets us down to 214. Minimum visibility is required, 4,000 RVR. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's 1,800 RVR. I was going to say that's off. Yeah, 1,800 RVR. So we should have plenty of that. It's up at 2 miles right now. Let's throw this in. 598. ILS 5 left. 598. And I should pull it up here on this one too. Do you have a discount code on the Blackbird website? Shakovic, I don't, but Blackbird said that he's doing the sale right now, so check on the website and there should be we should have it up there right now. I don't know, Blackbird, are you still here? Shakovic's looking for a discount code for that not Memorial Day sale. Alright, here we go. This is easier to type in this way. Winds are 060 at 8 knots. Temperature is 16. Dew point 13. Altimeter. Where? 3025. Alright, that looks good. We'll get our LS push buttons up. We're going to have to actually brief this approach. We haven't had to brief an actual approach in a while. As far as the arrival goes, we're on the Demonstrator 5. And it should take us down to Atos, right? What do we got in the box? Atos, school, repass. So Atos, and then breaks off ILS 5 left. School. Then we pass. So we need to extend this approach via here. Approach via Atos. Insert. Select heading track. Insert. Renav it up here. Don't fly in heading mode from Minneapolis to Vegas or Phoenix. Like a 737 driver that I know of. Alright. Let's see. Atos, Chowder, Bull, Bullion, too steep to Skoo, we passed. That all looks good. That's all in the box. As far as perf data is concerned, that all stayed in there right now. Let's do our 316. We'll do 310 on the descent speed. 78, 310 just in case it's bumpy. 598 the barrel, 3025. LS push buttons are on. Descending on the arrival, the bottom altitude, descend via transition Atos is going to be 6,210 knots. So I'm going to spin in 6,000 on the mini FCU. 6,000 is set. Speeds are going to be managed with 310 until our first restriction of journey at 280 knots. That all jives. With that all set, are you ready for an approach briefing? Look at that cloud set there. The flaps lever in my Throttletek have never worked properly since I purchased, and now they don't work at all, and it ain't a cheap product. Everything else is great, but it's disappointing. Andrew P., your flaps never worked. What? What do you mean they never worked like they just didn't, the axes didn't work? Today's sale is a deeper discount than the permanent 10% off for the V1 community, says Blackbird. Ah, yes. There we go. I'm showing rain at 2 miles visit Raleigh. Nice, will be fun. There we go. All right. Man, I'm just looking up. Just love seeing this cloud layer, like these different layers. You know, you got this light, fuzzy, wispy stuff, and then you've got some more cumulonimbus. All right. Let's brief the approach. That's not what I want to do. Go back, Raleigh, approach. I missed the fly pad. The fly pad. All right, do I hit the arrow? No, I click on this microscopic sidebar. How do I make it full screen again? Nope. I just want a full screen chart page. I guess you can't do it. Alright. I know there's a way. I just forget. Come on, Amir. I need to get rid of the sidebar. I thought you used to click on the this thing. Huh. Guess not. Alright. Are you ready for a briefing? You have control. Do you have any threats? Low visibility down there, and unfamiliar airport, and it's a default scenery, so it's going to be kind of gross. Alright, I agree with all those. We're set up to come down the demonstrator 5. We've got our bottom altitude 6,000 is set. From there, we're going to transition to the actual ILS runway 5 left. I've got chart 11-1 effective 20 December of 24, 109.1 auto tune. Final approach course will be 054. It should be marked right here. That's a glaring issue. The Phoenix 054 course should be marked there with the Maltese cross. We pass at 2200 on the slope. That checks. The Barrow is 598. Touchdown is 384. Let's round up to 400 feet. We'll call it stable by 1400. The sector altitude off Raleigh VOR is 3400. We're looking for Pappets on the left. We got a Mauser light system. That nobody cares about any of that. Missed approach procedure. We'll fly the publish because it is an actual approach. It's going to call for a straight out 1,000 feet, then a climbing left turn reaching 2200 on a heading of 310 to intercept the Raleigh 356 to Durham and hold. If you come to the airport page, we can look at that. Intercept Durham, hold, right turns, course 176. That matches the plate. It's in the box. Wonderful. Going to the ground charts after landing on 5 left. It's going to be a right-hand turnoff. Like I said, default scenery, so we're just going to find the first available gate so we don't have to look at Hotel de Adobo. We'll probably make a right turn, Bravo 5, Bravo 6. Come back on the inner, which is going to be... Is that Fox? Foxtrot, come back inner Foxtrot down to the terminal area. We'll just park terminal 2 because, like I said, default, I don't want to see any additional air default scenery. Not like you've done it 50 times before. I clicked on it. Oh, the tiny one, the microscopic one, Carol. That's right. Ugh, so gross. You got to click on the microscopic sidebar to get the full screen chart. There we go. That's it. Raleigh's 10,000 feet available for landing. Let's run some landing perf data here real quick while we're thinking about it. Raleigh, 1 right, 5 right. We're going to run good numbers, 5. We'll apply the METAR. Current landing weight. We'll take it off the ECAM 134.8 minus 2. Let's just call it 134.6. 134.6. Nope, that's apparently backspace. 134.6. Low auto brakes, full flaps, runs us out of the factor. That's probably not accurate. What if we add a max reverse in there? Really? $10,000 foot runway. Landing distance. Oh, no, it's got the displaced threshold. 7,500 feet. Okay, so that makes sense, yeah. 4901. 5,700 factored. Flaps full, manual brakes. Even if you shot the auto land, we still are looking good. That's with medium auto brakes. We're going to use manual brakes, full reverse though. That's with condition good. Good to medium. If we're getting reports of heavy rain, I'm going to stick it up one. We'll throw the auto brakes on medium. But I think we'll be fine with good numbers. Alright, that's all set. We're getting ready to start down. TOD is approaching in 20 miles. Might start picking up some chop here in our descent. Do this landing with auto tune? What do you mean? They all auto tune. First time trying Blackbird. I'll see how they compare to ProDes Sim. Shakovic. There's not many things I can guarantee in this world, but I can guarantee you they're going to blow ProDes Sim out of the water. John Cole, big hey V1, big fan. Hope you're doing good. What's your recommendation on turbulence settings, Microsoft? I run realistic in 2024, unless we're doing GA. Well, actually, I haven't even done GA in a while. I run realistic. I haven't had any issues with it. Dub, this is vanilla FS24, correct? This is all vanilla. The only add-ons you see is the Phoenix. Everything is 100% vanilla. Why do you think Airbus picked Tolis and not Fenix? I don't even know if Airbus... What? I'm not sure what's going on. I saw something about that. They said they're like a sponsored product now. What? Like, is that just they allow them to use their logo, perhaps? I can promise you this. There's no Airbus sim in the world that's using a Tolis airplane in the simulator. I can promise you. I don't know what the sponsor officially licensed mean. Maybe that just means they can use their logos and their fonts and stuff. I promise you. Ain't no one flying a Tolis around a level D sim. So, I'm not sure what they're reading into. People are reading way too much into the Tolis partnership. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it entails, but I don't know. What do they use in sims then? They use... It varies. It depends on the sim, a tool. So there's several different variations. A lot of it is proprietary Airbus stuff. They claim Airbus is a commercial customer, not a sponsor, but who knows what that means. Yeah, I'm not sure. I do know one of the devs used to work for Airbus. So, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they use them for some other stuff, but as far as the Tolis airplanes, there's no Airbus sims out there flying Tolis birds around, I promise you. At least in the level D. Maybe they have like some FTDs, so flight training devices, flat panel, things like that. They use software to train. So, for instance, when you go in, for me and my operator, when I got hired going onto the Airbus, we had all these touch panel trainers. So there's no physical hardware, but it's all these glass panels, and it has the layout of a cockpit, and you tap on the heading bug, or you tap on the thrust levers, you can tap them into the climb detent, and it's just to get you in repetition of the flows and checklists. So maybe some sort of software for that, who knows? I'm not sure, but maybe some marketing stuff like a Goofy says, yeah. Tolis said Airbus is using their product internally for facilitating different facets of their work. I have no idea what that means. It's crazy they picked Fenix or Tolis and not Fenix, though. I don't know. Maybe Fenix probably. I don't even know, man. I don't know unless we know what they're exactly doing. I don't think so. I do know that ProSim is used on some commercial level simulators. And I know ProSim is what Fenix used, or Fenix bought ProSim, or ProSim bought Fenix, something like that. I can tell you right now that I do know of some commercial level simulators that run off of ProSim software. Now, is that going to be, maybe that's what they're getting at? Maybe they're going to start using some Tolis software? Who knows? I'm not sure. Will you ever fly the Flight Factor V2? Negative. Negative Ghost Rider. Clouds outside are crazy realistic? Yeah, definitely. Tolis came out with a Tolis Pro version? Really? Like a Pro version of the 320 series? Like a different add-on? Now that I'd have to check out. I've never heard of that. I would definitely check that out. Is it like an update fee or something? All right, as we descend down, what's our outside air temp? It is minus 29. We're going to need the engine NIs, so let's throw those on. Engine NIs 1 and 2 coming up. We'll get our constraint modes on. We'll zoom our range down. Man, now that I have like a dedicated cockpit cam, a flight deck cam, I kind of want to get the whole like EFIS FCU set up now. 777 is just as if not more boring to fly in the sim than an Airbus. Shots fired, Shakovic. Shakovic woke up and chose violence this morning. What are the two protruding yellow metal parts on the top of the wing? Those are tie downs. Hello everyone, finished my first set of finals today. Rewarded myself with some V1. JT, welcome in, man. Glad to have you on board, my friend. Alright, we got 6,000 set on the FCU. We're in a managed descent. Engine anti-ice is on. Weather radar doesn't work, so let's just throw terrain on ND because why not? Waiting for the BFU win. First restriction is Jordy 280 at 210. 6,000 set, 210 magenta. CTAF frequency for Raleigh is 127.45. 127. I'm going to adjust my views here. 127.45. Raleigh traffic, JetBlue 357. We're just outside of Jurdy. We'll be setting up for the ILS 5 left in the Raleigh-Durham traffic. Just getting a little advisory call out there. We'll throw a little bone out there, see if anyone responds, if there's any traffic. Oh, cloud surfing in the Fenix. Oh, let's go back to cloud surfing. That's cool. I flew with the SAS in the cockpit once, and the captain called top of descent. Something I can't say here. I think that's something you heard. Cheeky, funny, naughty thing. Oh, I can't think of it. Top of drop. Although that's really a... I've heard the term top of drop used in flight sim content. It's kind of cringe to me because I don't think I've ever called it top of drop in the real airplane or heard it called top of drop in the real airplane. I can't think of anything dirty. I'm curious. Send it, John Cole. What do you say? Synaptic Sim doing a dev stream on July 7th. Watch party? Ooh. July 7th? That sounds like a day that I have a trip, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the sliver is available on the flightsim.to. Shaklovic, I know. I need to get used to that LTN 92. I want to use that LTN 92 next time, Shaklovic. Okay, not gonna lie, clouds at 24 are so juice. Cali Simmer. Just waiting here for you. 24 is right at your fingertips. Don't let Zippy influence you into staying on 2020, Cali Simmer. You deserve to fly 2024. Just run through this top layer here. 220, you say? Ooh, perked up wing nut. Speaking of 220 drivers, wing nut, when are you gonna fly the 220? Are you gonna fly the 220? I think they should give it to that full flap sim guy. I think full flap sim was typed on the 220. Am I doing breeze hops in the 220? Oh, for sure, JJ. All right, here comes transition. Let's go ahead and pull or push. STDs are set 3024, set once, twice, and thrice out of 18,000 feet. Seatbelt sign is coming on. I only have 12 gigs VRAM. Do you think we'll fly 1440 at FS24? Try 1080p first. You gotta try it. You at least have to try. With Sim Update 2, I feel like perf has greatly increased. So give it a shot. I would say no on release day Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. But with Sim Update 2, perhaps. What keeps me in 2020 is chase plane. And if you experienced it, you would be the same. Cali Simmer, come on now. Yeah, at least get 2024 up and running. Get it running so you can see the juice. There's going to be 2,000 A220s on VATSIM release day. I might be in the minority here, but the 220 doesn't like get me all that perked up. So, oh, cool. All glass Airbus wannabe. That's smaller than a 319. It's like, I'll definitely fly it, but I want to see what this sounds like. It better have good sounds. 2020 chase plane is the reason why I haven't gone to 24. Man, it's that good, huh? Multiple people saying that. What's the holdup with 24 then? Are they actively trying to get it to work to 24, or they just say no? Yeah, JJ, I agree with you. It's got to have a real deal sounds. Got to have real deal sounds, or else it's dead to me too. Erroneous. Kind of what happened to Mr. Nightbot. Sure. I'm gonna end this poll. Looks like the next stream has beat the fly-by-wire, so sticking with Phoenix series. Yeah, they're actually working. They're actively working on getting chase plane into 24. Okay, well I feel better. Even Blackbird says it really is that good. I'll go to 24 when chase plane releases for it. Wow. This has got me piqued my curiosity now. Ah, there's 2020 clouds. There you go, Blackbird. For all the 2020 lovers, there's your 2020 clouds. Volcanic ash. And there's 2024 in between layer juice. The CSS 7.3 Classic look nice, but the sounds are very bad. Yeah, I do not plan on even attempting that as of right now. I do not even plan on giving CSS the opportunity to try them out at pricing. Just, I got to see something better. It doesn't even. There's something about the panel, and I don't know if it's the size of the gauges in the panel that look off. It just does not. To me, it just doesn't look right, and I can't necessarily put my finger at it. Now, there's obviously other things that are wrong with the model that have been pointed out, but I'm just talking about the cockpit. It just looks off. I'm on 2020. Is 2024 worth switching after the last update? If you're asking me, I would say, yeah, give it a shot, man. I'm loving 24. I get way better performance and stability than 2020. Dougal, I'm glad you said that because I am in the same boat as you, man. I was shocked. We went back to 2020 for a 777 stream a while ago, and I was very surprised at how poor my performance was in 2020. So, even for that reason too, you know, it's kind of dead to me. It's only on my PC for the 7.5. Even then, I don't know how much longer I'm going to wait for it. So, well, I might just have to hang tight for the 2024 version to drop. We'll see though. All right, into the clouds at a 12.5. We're 280 on the speed. Still on profile. What's the outside air temp is plus 17, so we'll go ahead and help our descent out. We'll go ahead and get those off. Engine eyes can come off. Send it down through the layers now. I get long stutters in 2020, not good on VATSIM. That would definitely be problematic, dude. I got to work in 15 minutes. Are we landing before then? We should be, Captain Jeeb. Matter of fact, if you check the flight deck cam, I want to see the status of the status bar. Let's see here. If I can load it up, I can't load it up right now. Right now we're still on 250 knots per the start. This. All right, as we hit 250 knots, I'm going to pull for selected speed. 250 selected. Activate, confirm the approach phase. Next is Nigel, 19 or less, excuse me, 10 and 9. Lights are coming up. 5,000 space per flight. Flight deck cam. What's up, Water? Yeah, Water. Look, I got a full-blown flight deck cam. If you want to see the full flight deck cam, this will be our first landing. We'll be able to record and put into our archive collection for stick movement on landing. Add to that, Sim Update 2 supports foveated rendering quad views as well as other VR fixes makes 2020 a very hard pill to swallow. I'll take your word for it, Will. It's above my pay grade, but it sounds good. It sounds good to me, man. All right, here comes 10,000 feet. We don't have ATC on, so we'll get the rest of our lights on. I'm just going to kind of maintain this in-between layer flying right here, nose cam. Have you given up on the DC-9? Jeremy, I haven't given up on it. I'm waiting for some more updates. Jeremy, we really need some sounds, man. If we could get a little bit better sound on it, Jeremy, then I'd find it. Because I miss it. I miss it. I do miss it, Jeremy. And the last stream that we did in it, honestly, other than the sounds, the airplane did okay. It had some bugs with the VOR and the DME indicators, and those are very important indicators to get correctly in an aircraft where that's your sole source of navigation. So the fact that some of the ADF is backwards, the VOR indicators are flipped, the DMEs are flipped. It's not unflyable, but it's quite an interesting set of circumstances when you're trying to fly that thing around properly. Especially when you know what it should look like where the indicators should be. Yeah. Oh, I looked like a stutter there. That scared me for a second. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. I even use all custom airports in 2024 and get no issues. And you be able to throw, okay, silky smooth. So I did a test sector, and I landed at Fort Myers. Custom scenery, no stutters. Beautiful juice. If we get stutters on this approach again, or on this taxi in, it has to be something with streaming airports for my setup. Because I've done 3 flights into custom airports in 24, 0 issues from touchdown all the way to the gate. On the default airports, I tend to have some issues when taxiing into the gate. I don't understand why. But we'll see. Maybe Auto FPS will fix it, because we are rocking Auto LOD this time. I know it too. I wish the radar worked. It works in this BFU, right? So I'm with you, Zach. I think it looks good. All right, 746, 1,000 to level off. I'll select 210 knots now. 210 knots selected. We're slowing down and trying to meet the restrictions, so I'm going to get a little bit of speed brake action in there. When you see clouds like this, IRL, do you say to your FO, now this is straight juice? I don't say it out loud, Callie Simmer. But I do think about it. I would be lying to you if I said I didn't think about it when I was actually flying the real airplane. It's crazy, the little things that pop into my head. Like I've said it before, like going into Miami at night, or right at sunset, big towering thunderstorms off to the south of the field, had the weather radar on, painting those, all the lights. I'm like, man, I'm getting really good FPS here. Or I think about, man, I wish I had replay mode right now. Positive rate, gear up. I always think of fly width in my head. One thing that I have to be careful of, Alt Star, we'll go ahead and throw the slats out there. We're getting a little bit slow. Flaps 1 is yoga, Nash. So I say yoga every time in the sim, and it's very rare that we actually, I say very rare, it's not very common to do Toga takeoffs in the actual airplane. Just it's much more common to do a flex takeoff, right? That's the normal takeoff setting. So when I do get a Toga performance readout, I gotta consciously remind myself to say Toga, so the FO doesn't look at me like I got 3 heads. All right, we'll go ahead and step down to 5,000. 5,000 blue thrust idle open descent. I think we're gonna dive into this, and we're gonna be pretty much IMC all the way in. So, do I ever go ERP in my head, Casey? Yep, I ERP in my head. Actually, I had a hard ERP on my last flight coming back into Dallas. The VDGS, the docking guidance system, it just went full-blown stop when we were halfway to the parking areas. Like we were coming in, it was guiding, and then it just goes stop. So I slam on the brakes. I was like, burp. Then we had to use Marshaller to bring us in. I don't know. I think the VDGS just needed a reset or something. Looking at you like you're about to pull those fire handles. So I try to avoid Zippy. Custom scenery loads better because you aren't downloading the highest LODs on short final. Yeah, Wesley, and I agree with you. I think that is a factor. Absolutely. Wind. That's a very interesting. I've never heard of that. So download everything as Sim Update 3 beta, then go back to Sim Update 2. That's a very interesting technique, sir. All right, let's go ahead and arm it up. Glide slope blue, Loke blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1+2, Loke star. Speed's coming back to 180 now. I was a little late on that. Glide slope star. Sim sounds didn't come all the way up. Ground altitude will set 2200. 2200 is set. Should be white or blue. It shouldn't be magenta. Oh, it's because we're above it. Yeah, it should be. 2200 is set. We're on altitude. Speed brakes are coming out a little bit high and fast here. Do I attempt flight recorder? All right, vertical stream is going into landing mode. So we're going to have a full side stick and full thrust lever view there on the flight deck cam. Side note, trains do not go ERP when you apply the brakes. Oh, Blackbird, I got behind a friggin' longest train in history today coming to the HQ. Sat there for like 15 minutes, man. All right, there goes VF Phoenix minus 10 flaps 2. Oscar, nice hands. Thank you, my friend. I see Oscar checking in on the vertical stream. I'm half tempted to not launch flight recorder because I don't want to attempt to screw up perf. Man, look at this crosswind, 25 mile crosswind already. I know, I need a first stream officer. I know, Vodka, there's a lot going on. Zach checked in on the vertical stream. What's going on, my friend? Alright, we're about, field elevation we said was 400, so stable by 14, 2,000 above is 2,400 feet. We'll manage speed.
2,500.
Radio altimeters and live. Try sky dolly instead? AJ, I'll look into it, man. I'm surprised you haven't had STDs for you, me, and 3. Oh, Thomas Ray, I say that. I've been saying that in the airplane well before I started streaming. All right, there's 2,400 feet, managed speed, gear down, spoilers armed. We didn't hit the 250 likes, so we didn't divert. Speed checks, flaps 3. We forgot to do a cabin tour, too. Speed checks, flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin crew advise auto thrust. Speed. Auto brakes are off. ECAM memo. Landing. All green. Landing checks complete. Cue the wiper. Thousand feet, stable, clear to land. Having second thoughts about our decision to not set up for a Cat 2, Cat 3. Nice wind shift right there, you see that? Approach lights, continue. We can take it down to 100 feet above touchdown zone. Massive wind shift there at 1,000 feet. Runway, landing, autopilot's off, I have control.
500. 100 above.
That glide slope looks clearly off. Almost
Minimum.
That glide slope puts us at 4 reds. That's not correct. Yeah, that's going to put us into the
100.
dirt.
50.
Go around.
40.
Go around flaps. Positive rate. You're up. Toga SRS nav. Raleigh traffic, jump 347, go around on 5 left.
Think about it.
Pilot published. Approaching level off. Speed out star. F speed flaps 1. Speed checks flaps 1. Autopilot 1. Wipers coming off. Friggin' adobo glide slope is way off there. Alright, so at least we know what we need to do now. We'll continue to speed up. We'll go 210 selected for the whole 210s. Flap 0, speed checks, flap 0. After takeoff checklist. Everything's stabilizing here. Alright, after takeoff checklist. Gear flaps up, packs are set. After takeoff checklist is complete. We're going to join the hold here. We'll get rid of the terrain. We'll go ahead and activate and confirm the approach phase. Maintain 210. Raleigh Durham traffic. JetBlue 357. We'll list off 5 left due to the glide slope anomaly. We're going to set up for a left traffic. We'll vector ourselves in behind you for the ILS 5 left Raleigh traffic. Alright, we won't take it all the way out. I'm going to turn up the you guys coming in. So let's go ahead and select heading. JetBlue 357, turn left. Fly heading 300. Vector for the ILS 5 left. Alright, what we're going to do is we're skipping the hold. Going back to 5 left. And we're going to clean up our box off of Bool. Let's go ahead and climb and maintain 3,000. Thrust climb, open climb, 3,000 blue. We're going to direct us off of Bool, 234. Select heading again. Heading selected. 3,000. There's our ILS reset up. That looks good. Let's go ahead and turn left now for downwind. Heading 240. Up to 3,000. We'll pick up the speed here. Let's go up to 220. Make it even number. Two series, that's why I know not to buy it. A default.
3 is currently 9.6 miles established. 5 right.
So we got somebody established at 9 miles for 5 right. Raleigh Durham traffic, JetBlue 357, returning extended downwind for the ILS 05 left 3,000. Traffic on 5 left, please advise. So we got another guy landing 5 right. I don't want to cut anybody off here. So you're going to have to see I'm going to give myself a heading inside of that because the wind is pushing us 30 knots. Let's make it about 225.
Unfortunately, had a vehicle on the runway down there, so we just went around to stop on with caution. But we'll just be another couple minutes here on the pattern. We'll get you on the ground here in the next 5-10 minutes. I do apologize for the delay. Flight test pick for
IRL, do you change TCAS from above to below? Yes, that's all part of the PM flow thrust set. So pilot monitoring, takeoff, it's in above. Cruise, we put it into normal or below. And then on the descent, we put it into below. Then we kind of leave it there. Now, it's important to note that even if you have a RA, or excuse me, a TA even, the TCAS will automatically depict the traffic advisory even if you're in below mode. Say you're in below mode and you're filtering out traffic above you. If you get to a point where a TA goes off, it will automatically ignore what you have pre-selected and it will populate the TA for you on your ND, just as if you had it in normal or above. So you can't hurt yourself with the setting. It's really just for decluttering. Azopa was so creative that they let pilots gamble between the weather, the PAPIs, or the glide slope. I love it. I love it. Jerry, all is normal. Keep it on all. So TARA and above. Yeah. All right, I don't hear anybody else coming in on 5 left. Bully's at 4,000. We'll take it inside of 4,000. Let's get us up on a pseudo intercept heading JetBlue 357, turn left heading 205. All right, double check our perf is activated and confirmed. It is 135. You know, I'm tempted to add an extra couple of knots there for that wind shear at about 1,000 feet, but we'll leave it as is. I was seeing red over red, white over white, and then off in the distance I heard a voice, and I think it was my flight was saying, you always go around. Yeah. So I noticed that we were 3 reds and I was still above, so I went down to check the glide slope, but then we went 4 reds, and then we were getting way too low, so that's why we punched out. JetBlue 357, reduce speed, maintain 180 knots. Turn left, heading 170. 170, cylinder 180, JetBlue 357. All right, VFE next, minus 10, flaps 1. Speed checks, flaps 1. Infian, what's going on, my man? Well, our first ever flight deck cam, we got to do a go around into the archives. Cool. Reminds you of Fly Dubai 981. It's a gnarly one. All right, VFE next, minus 10, flaps 2. Speed checks, flaps 2. Oh, I just hit the flight deck cameras. In between layers here. Go a little bit further, then we're going to vector ourselves in right between these two.
All your traffic American 3 is clear 25 right.
Right arm traffic, JetBlue 357 on a modified left base for 5 left 3000, right arm. Outer tank fuel transferred. We'll start moving. Both valves are open. Those valves should be open. It's another glaring issue. We should have 2 green triangles right here, indicating that the outer tank tip valve or outer tank valves have opened fully. I actually used to think that was modeled. I wonder if that got broken in one of these updates. JetBlue 357, turn left, heading 140. Probably should have set up for the auto land on this. If we have to go around again, well, no, we don't want to. Could you imagine if we were doing an auto land? We would have been in the dirt. We would have been in the dirt. I'll do my best ATC vector here. You ready? JetBlue 357, turn left, heading 095, maintain 3000 till established, cleared ILS from 5 left approach. All right, it's 095 on the heading, 3 till established, cleared ILS, 5 left approach, JetBlue 357. All right, approach arm AP2, glide slope blue, load blue, Cat 3 dual autopilot 1+2. Is that going to take us outside of Scu? I don't think so. We'll see what the wind is doing. I'm trying to counteract for this wind here. Oh, look at that. I'm basically an air traffic controller, Chad. Where's Newark at? They should hire me. Newark approach. I am for hire. Look at that beautiful vector just outside of Scu. Yeah, it would have put us into the ground AJ for sure. Raleigh Durham traffic, JetBlue 357, turn and final 05 left. Raleigh. Jeff is here. What's up, Jeff? Jeff's a controller. Good to see you, man. Loke Star. Loke's alive. Jeff, I saw you flying the Vision Jet last night, my man. You get... No, I'm kind of tempted to get back in the old career mode after seeing that. All right, glide slope alive. Glide slope star, go around altitude is going to be set 2200 blue. 2200 blue. Manage speed, gear down. VFE next, minus 10-ish, flaps 3, speed checks, flaps 3. With some updates, you'll be doing more. I'm currently rebuilding my sim room. Oh, awesome, man! I can't wait to see the updated sim room. VFE next, minus 10, flaps full, landing check. Those speed checks, flaps full, and I just smoked the camera again. That's going to be a problem. Good thing I don't have the mini FCU camera, so I just pretty much destroyed it. I'm gonna have to adjust that. Landing checklist, please. We pass 2200 checks. Landing checklist, cabin crew advise, auto thrust, speed, auto brakes are off. ECAM memo, landing all green. Landing checklist is complete. Raleigh Durham traffic, JetBlue 357 over. We pass for movement 5 left. Raleigh. All right, so we're going to follow the slope until we can see the approach lights, and then we're going to get off of the slope. I will use the bird. Get ready for, I'm going to brief a glide slope oral warning. So we will get a nuisance warning on the glide slope. We will treat it as a nuisance warning only if we are visual. If we get one prior to being visual, then we're just going to punch out and go around again. But that is your little mini briefing. We are aware of that pretty good wind shear there, about 1,000 feet. Wind shift, really. It's not really a shear, it's a pretty significant wind shift. All right, into the rain, here we go. Thousand feet stable, clear to land. Wipers, please. Oh, well, that's aggressive. There's that wind shifting. Approach lights continuing. Autopilot's coming off. I have control. Flight director's off. Give me the bird. Here comes the glide slope warning. I'm visual with the patents now.
Hundred above. Minimum.
Oh, there we go. The glide slope's going to dip below us. Good night. It's gusty out here.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Spoilers. Reverse green.
Tight landing, D1.
Thank you. A little off center line there. We were a little floaty around the left and right of the center line, but we got her down. 70 knots. Idle reverse, manual braking. Still the reversers. Now, we have Volanta to check our landing rate, so we'll be able to see that. Wow, that was a lot more work than I was anticipating. We're going to take it to Foxtrot. Will be the second right turn. Let's clean that spoilers coming back.
Parked and signing off. Catch you all on the next one.
Take it easy, man. Thanks for flying. You had to rally together to get it done. I like it. I like it. Let me just stop the airplane here so I don't taxi into the dirt. Alright, here we go. Raleigh traffic, JetBlue 257, clear of 5 left, taxi to Terminal 2, Raleigh. Get the APU going. Are the wipers really that loud? Yes, they are, Russ. They are just as annoying, even when you really need them. You try to not use them. Put the vertical cam back on the cockpit cam there for full cockpit. Got our tiller cam up. We'll go ahead and clear that off. We'll spin that down to 0. After landing checklist is complete. APU's coming up. No return leg, no return leg. We might do a second stream later today. I'm gonna have to check some stuff. Like I said, I still have some family in town. I got some things going on, so we'll see. Make sure your notifications are on if you want to be around for a second stream later. All things considered, I think it was a good landing. Hey, I'm not disappointed with it. Let me check. What did Volanta say? I'll have to check it, I guess, once I get up there. I'm still learning Volanta. Set a landing rate. Minus 17.59 feet per minute with a G-force of 0.72. Yeah, okay. That's why I don't believe landing rates. In the words of Caro, who cares about feet per minute? Just land the airplane. I agree. Thanks, Vion, for the stream. Have a good one. God bless. Hey, take it easy, bud. We lost weight on landing. It's never given you something as low as that? Well, Infin, that's because you land too hard, bro. It's a skill issue. It's a skill issue, my man. All right, I can't take the APU anymore, or the wiper anymore. We'll just taxi with the dirty windshield. It's a skill issue, Infin. Which plane handles better, the Phoenix or the real thing? That's funny. All right, we'll park here next to this Mercant. Kill the taxi light. We got a double stripe for parking. Is that what we got there? Yeah, looks like it. They still run that 777 out of here, out of Raleigh? There's a Heathrow. I don't know which stripe we should take, so we'll just take this one, I guess. Should we split the difference? Let's split the difference. Let's go in between the two lines. Yeah, default scenery. We're going to go between the two lines. That way we don't touch tips over there with American. Erp. Brakes are set. APU is running. Let's go ahead and shut it down. Number 2. Seatbelt sign. Number 1. I love that. Split the lines IRL, give the rampers a stroke. I know it. That's why we love Sim World, man. Nah, we didn't divert, Tyson. We didn't hit the light goal prior to top of climb. Maybe next time. JJ. All right, down through 10%. Beacon light is coming off. Ground power is available. We'll kill that. Let's go ahead and do a full-blown shutdown here. We'll get the fuel tank pumps off. APU is off. Chrono's reset. We go in here, get our out off in times. We'll put our transponder into standby, squawking 2000. Beautiful. Weather radar would have been off after the after landing flow. Radar PWS comes off after landing. And GCS and multi-scan, they live in auto, so some airplanes you have to like turn them into auto. They've always lived in auto for us. All right, that looks good. We'll connect D-board. Now we need to connect the jetway. All right, chat. That's all she wrote. We don't have any flight recorder to go over, but you got 2 landings. The next stream, we will attempt flight recorder. We'll see if that causes any issues. I feel like every stream that I have done with the flight recorder, for some reason, we get those stutters on final. We didn't have a single stutter. We had 1 stutter going into the clouds, like way back on top of descent, but other than that, it's been a smooth flight. I don't even have the sail music, chat. I don't think I have the sail music. Hold on. Let me see. We have to have sail, chat. Let me see if I think I can find it. Hold on. Yes. Is it playing for you? Probably not. We need sail. It's playing for you? Really? Well, that's crazy. Now I can hear it too. All right. All right, y'all. Well, I hope you enjoyed that stream. Like I said, I will try to do another one either later this evening. If not, we'll be back live tomorrow in the 321. I'm going to work on getting those alerts fixed up. I hope you enjoyed. For those that tuned in to the cockpit cam, I appreciate you. I'll start clipping. I'll put our first landing and first go around into the archives. We'll be able to keep track of all that. You guys have been awesome. I've missed y'all. I know it's been kind of spotty with the content lately, but I'm going to do my best to get a little bit more consistent now that the first 2 weeks of newborn are starting to settle in. So y'all have been awesome. Thank you for the support. I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy on B1. Soup!